In my first ramp show, I was very, I was nervous obviously, and I messed up the choreography a little bit. It was my first show, and it was a complicated choreography. And that choreographer was extremely rude, and she, after the show, shouted at me in front of 50 models, and I just took it there, and then I went and I sat in an auto and I started crying. So I went back home and I cried and cried and cried, and my mother was like, I don't think this is meant for you, you know, I like, you need to be like a lot more stronger, thick-skinned and all, a lot more confident than what you are. My first photo shoot, I'd not even done a portfolio by then, okay, so I was literally facing the still camera for the first time, not knowing what posing is, what am I supposed to do. I was extremely conscious. And the photographer was a big photographer, and he saw me and he was very sweet, but he said, it's your first photo shoot, na? And the moment someone tells you that, you know that you're not doing something right. So I freaked out more, and the fact that I had not performed well bothered me so much that I went back home and I cried. So, you know, I think I've always been that person where I have to do it right. I have to perform well. Even in a scene where if I don't perform well, you get that feeling, and I take that feeling back home. So I feel my mom that time was like, you know, I don't think you're meant for this place. I think one needs to be way more confident and thick-skinned than what you are. And but I think I've also been the person who
never gives up.
Doesn't give up. Yeah. So I think I'm so glad that I gave it all a second shot, and I gained that confidence in the process of doing things.
But you know, Kriti, I want to ask you that I have also come from Calcutta to Bombay, and it's a very unsettling experience to stay away from family. Today you are in the liberty where they come and stay with you, but in the beginning, when you were staying all by yourself, when you hadn't been Kriti Sanon, hadn't become Kriti Sanon, how difficult were those days? Did you feel loneliness? Because you know, as stars, as actors, we tend to overlook that side completely. I'm saying even the people who are from the industry might be going through
of course,
those moments, but we never speak about that.
See, for me, honestly, I had never been in a hostel. I had never lived away from my family. I've always been a very pampered child, I would say. I've been at home, had all my facilities. I've not traveled in DTC bus and all. I used to take autos. When I went in college, I got my car. I learnt driving, all of that. But I'd never been away from home. So my dad was fortunately working in Mumbai when I moved here. So first 5-6 months at least, I was with my dad. It was unsettling only because it was a new place, and the thing that I was attempting and where the field that I was going in, nobody knew anything to guide me.
It's so uncertain.
Uncertain is there, but किसी को कुछ पता भी नहीं था कि क्या करना है. So I was with an agency which I'm still with, and thankfully there were people who could, like, you know, guide me, tell me what to do, tell me how much to wait, you know, you'll get something better, believed in me. So that helped. But yes, after like 6 months or so, my dad went, and that was the first time I was staying alone all by myself in a rented house, you know, taking care of small things like, you know, maid aa rahi hai, nahi aa rahi hai, khana bana, nahi bana, all of that. And I was also taking classes for GMAT at that point.
I know.
So I was...
And you scored really high.
Yeah, decently high. But I used to go for my classes, go for auditions, come back home and I hate coming back to an empty flat. Like, I hate coming back when there's nobody home, you know. It is like, it can be very, very... I'm not a person who likes being by myself. Yeah, if I know there are people in my house, I can be in my room the entire day. That's okay. But you know, the feeling of at least home, I think, comes with people. And on and off, my sister used to sometimes come stay with me, you know, for a few days and all of that, and go back. So yeah, that was, I mean, I used to have low moments where I would be like, I don't know if anything is going to happen ever. I would, you know, go for auditions, not get selected sometimes.